go ahead and jump to battle number 1 on Ensk. It's Simple Tankers versus Hammer Time.
Here we go. 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a Pershing. 4 Simple Tankers against 2 5100s and 3 IS-3s for Hammer Time. Of course, we talk about this all the time. The Pershing advantage is that view range. Of course, it doesn't have the alpha that extra IS-3 has for Hammer Time. How will Simple Tankers use this?
We're going to find out soon. Hammer Time will be the red team to the north-south side, is Simple Tankers in the blue. And Hammer Time looks like they're going to cross. Nope, it's just going to be Kriegs. First one to get a little bit further past here. Krieg Master. In that T1 cubbyhole between these two different buildings is not going to proxy scout anyone here in that 50-meter range. So he's just going to camp here for a bit, but if we do go over the buildings, definite avenues of approach are going to be between these two areas. But this alley over to the right, on the west side, that one line is going to be completely covered by dry knits in this IS-3 and photo finish. Photo finish now and dry knits going to move away from that area, saying, hey, you know what? They're not going to charge down the one line. Let's reconsider what we're going to do. All right, team, says the shot caller. We're going to go ahead and push a little bit to the south and see if we can spot anything. Dry knits and photo finish in those IS-3s are going to wait for Tinker 91 to get into position just past this building. And you have 3 avenues of approach.
Okay, Zazie is spotted out here. Mornblade able to see him, but not get spotted out himself. This is the power of the Pershing. So we're talking about the 5100 and the IS-3 do not compare in terms of view range. So he's able to sit and just look at everybody and say, eh, no problem. And they know right now every single tank for Hammer Time is in the north block.
Yep, they recently spotted directly Dry Knits and Kriegmaster. But they're going to know. And Mornblade may decide, hey guys, we can maybe set up some crossfire from east to west halfway through the map. Or we could put some pressure on the flag cap. And perhaps that's what the 2 T1s are doing, is they're going to sweep to the south and move up to the east.
Kriegsmaster is doing it very smart. He's actually going to join up with his T1 buddy over here. After realizing, oh, are they doing a one-line push? We'll find out. And as Jay Smooth, he is down there to see any of this coming. And there it is. Will he get the shots? Jay Smooth can initiate on this. Oh, fire onto Jay Smooth. He's down to 1,051 hit points.
2 misses though from the IS-3s.
They're blowing up the house. Okay, no, they stopped.
No, they did stop. But Trinitz takes a shot just around the corner. He's going to back up. This is going to slow down the push. A couple more. No, we're not bouncing shots. Those are sparks from the tracks hitting each other in the IS-3s. They're going to back up as Zaz in the 5100 was ready for the backup play. Now a reset's going to come out from Simple Tankers. Yep.
Wow, this is so smart from Hammer Time. Okay, so for Simple Tankers, they already saw Kriegsmaster over on the west side. So they're saying, okay, we're going to overmatch with 2 T1s. But Kriegsmaster, as I was talking about before, dropped back all the way to prepare for this 2v1, or what they thought is going to be a 2v1. Kriegsmaster now, oh, he is spotted out.
He does see
Enderis is over there. And he is spotted too.
And Z-Slayer is spotted as well, pushing up on that side.
Oh, gosh.
Kriegmaster's going to fall back, go, hey, guys, guess what? I see him, and I'm taking fire. Please help me. And Photo Finish will help him in the IS-3. But that is an indicator to Simple Tankers that one of those tier 8s is up to the north side. Wow. And Declan of Death is able to get the kill on Enderis.
Very intelligent play coming out from from Hammer Time. And they're going to be up to tier 1s. And I have to feel like that's going to stop any aggressive options for the team of Simple Tankers. Mornblade is going to find Kriegsmaster, who is crossing over, but nothing's going to come of it. And where are the tier 8s of Hammer Time going?
Hammer Time.
Are they crossing?
They are staying near their flag cap, but now they're going to start crossing again.
Mornblade, turns around at the worst possible time.
And now he's spotted. Drynitz could get a shot against him. The Pershing misses that shell just by inches as he tries to get away here. Drynitz and Tanker 91 in the IS-3 setting up. A shot fired from Warblade, but it's a bounce against the IS-3 just off the angled armor. Another hit, though, on 91. That one does penetrate to the front of his tank. And now the 5100, J-Smooth and the Pershing trying to land another shot. Drynitz gets hit, 953 to 1500, but some shots fired from the rear side. Behind the push of these IS-3s, lands right into J-Smooth. J-Smooth's going to have to readjust. Drynitz himself in a reverse angle position here. Now going to hug that wall as Tanker 91 gets a land on Warblade.
Whoa, that was close.
Tanker 91 is able to dodge that shot from Warblade, though. But another hit against Tanker 91, 875.
And this just works out because Warblade is playing that role so well. I mean, he's the one almost quote-unquote active scouting his opponents, and that way the rest of his team can just get zeroed shots on it, or at least better shots than the rest of the team. As you can see, there is some really tough movement for both teams, actually.
Yeah, this is locking down that railroad side and trying to keep tabs on where they're going. Blue's team, you're seeing move a little bit more to the south, and the red team, the IS-3, red Hammer Time, of course, going to hold that ground. And why would they want to give it up? They don't. But Drynitz is going to have to be a little bit careful poking in and out here because, oh, no, he's not going to be careful. He's going to push down, thinking this is our opportunity to move a little bit further south. Cover me, Tanker 91, and he will in the IS.
It's because I believe they saw Warblade move out of position, so they're saying we can do something like this. And now this is where things get a little bit dicey because the engagement has been initiated in the center. Ruthven Carlisle going to be surprised as Tanker 91 and two other tanks.
Yep, Photo Finish is going to be the IS-3 right next to him. They're going to be some HP sharing between the two. Photo Finish used to get in front of Tanker 91 instead of letting him take that shot from Carlisle. Zakumi gets the kill, though. Photo Finish let his battle buddy take a little bit too much damage there. But what can you do? Firefighting going down in between these two different teams. NYPD and the 5100 are going to try to get the surround on the IS-3, but Warblade and the Pershing is going to cut him off. Zazie from the other side in the 5100 is going to clean up Warblade. And now Pub Whisperer is going to charge down all the way to the north side of the railroad station. And Zakumi is going to be surrounded by Hammer Time. This is not good for simple tankers.
Oh, Pub Whisperer trying to line up shots. I really don't agree with his movement, but he is able to land a couple of his shots. Can he land a shot on Drynitz, who is just one shot away from dying? NYPD is pretty healthy along with Zazie. Zakume going to put out one more shot before actually stopping. Actually, everybody's clipping except Drynitz. Needs to be careful because he is, as I said, one shot away from dying from a 5100 or an IS-3. Blue base is under attack.
Pub Whisperer at full HP has been out of the fight because he went to the north side. I was going to come around down to the south and stop that flat cap. Nope, he's going to get hit by Drynitz, and is it a bounce? It's a bounce. Pub Whisperer bounces one of the shots, but he gets the kill against Drynitz. And now NYPD and Zazie are going to try to get those hits into Pub Whisperer to stop him from the flat cap. Declan says, you know what, guys, not worth it. Go ahead and chase after him. I can stay alive. If he does run away to keep that pressure, there is enough time.
Oh.
Whoa, no, he's going to put some pressure himself, some shell pressure into the back of Pub Whisperer's tank. And now NYPD cleans up in that final shot. Hammer Time takes battle number 1 on Ent.
Looking at the tanks, simple tankers, 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a 1390. This is the standard lineup for this map, I would say. On the other side, though, look at this, 2 5100s, an IS-3, a Panther 2, and 1390. We saw this lineup from Hammer Time previously on this map, and it worked really well against War and Peace.
But if it works, why change it? And that's what
laissez-faire, baby.
Fair. And that's what Hammer Time's going to try to execute here. NYPD in the 5100 going to be taking the northern road along with the rest of his compadres for that Delta Village. Zazie in the 1390 is going to be seen by Executus. Executus not going over that road. Just want to play with 1390. A couple shots being fired, looks like from the T1, saying, get away, 1390, get away. Executus is going to hold the line here. Taking down some trees is Zazie as well. But the split of tanks, we have the 5100, which is Photo Finish, along with NYPD and Kriegmaster in the Tier 1, will hit the Delta Village first, while Drynitz and his compadre, which is Tanker 91, is going to hold back, and Declan in his T1 is going to stay in this bush, and he's going to see these tanks coming out from simple tankers on this one-line push.
I love this. The 1390 by Executive makes it look like there might be a possibility that the Delta Village is being taken. But of course, we know all the other tanks have set up on the one line. They pushed down and then started to split up as they move towards the flag cap. Declan, when will he be spotting everybody? Now it is Zakume and Ruthven Carlisle. They're going to be spotted out in the IS-3s, and we're going to have a very fast cap.
Kriegmaster is spotted on his side from Executus, but that's over on the Delta Village.
And look at Executus's run. What he's trying to do is clean up any T1s for reverse cap and also get good crossfire on his opponents to potentially just go for the engagement, right? And he's obviously trying to spot everybody out at the same time. So they could turn their turrets around and shoot at Executus, but that's valuable shots that need to go to reset the cap.
Tanker 91 going to be cruising on in the IS-3, trying to land a hit against one of the 5100s. 12 seconds left. He fires, and it's a miss, but there is one connection. However, 10 seconds left on the clock for the capture. Tanker 91 is going to have to land something around the corner. Otherwise, it's going to be tough for them to continue from this fire from far away. Simple Tanker still staying on the line. 16 seconds now as another reset happens, but Tanker 91 taking some shots. And that's coming from Pub Whisperer in the 5100 from the village outside of the flag cap.
But, you know, I think this is perfectly executed. Still, Mournblade and Endaris are alive in those T1s, racking up those points. 9 seconds, 8 seconds left, and is it enough? There are too many battles, in my opinion, but down goes one of the T1s still. 12 seconds left. There's a lot of IS-3s still on the field. That IS-3 gets taken out. It was Tanker 91, and the 1390 trying to get in here, gets the shot off, will reset the cap, but he puts himself in a very vulnerable situation. Is it going to be enough? No, they're going to get off cap right now, but look at the points. 32 tier points to 17, a big advantage for the Simple Tanker team. They played this out so beautifully.
I just saw something beautiful from Pub Whisperer. Zazie was approaching from the other side of the map for a great flank, trying to take down that L tractor, or the tier 1. But he was stopped by Pub Whisperer because Pub Whisperer moved just in time in the 5100.
Red base captured. Ladies and gentlemen, Simple Tankers will tie it up. A beautifully executed strategy over here. 2 IS-3s and a Pershing with an L tractor for Simple Tankers, 3 5100s and 2 IS-3s for Hammer Time. Again, we see Simple Tankers favoring that view range over the, I guess, the hard stats.
Yes, and favoring America over Russia or France. So they are part of the clan that Waffles is a member of.
You have to be careful because the L tractor, instead of the T1 Cunningham, they have the same amount of American tanks. So maybe they're not more patriotic. Clutch. Silly.
It's okay.
And look at this. Clutch, you called it perfectly. Double West Side.
I had a feeling. And I was right.
I concede.
All right.
GG. 15-minute concede.
Thank you.
I'm out of here.
Okay.
Bye, everybody.
Kriegmaster in the tier 1 is going to go ahead and push all the way to the west. And in his viewpoint, his view range, he's not going to see anything yet because he's in a lowly little T1 Cunningham. But it could be the eyes and ears to spot something drastic and important.
Oh, God. Double T1's going to be scattered out immediately. Declan of Death. Can he be taken out here? Will Simple Tankers get the shot that is needed? But this is so important because this tells them if 2 T1s are over on the west side, this was meant to be a west side push. Now, it's not for certain, but you can kind of pull the probabilities out and say 90% of the time, the entire red team, which is Hammer Time, went to the northwestern portion of this map.
Declan crashed right into the building to avoid that fire. But now, Mournblade was briefly spotted, and Declan's going to get out of there. So what type of reset are we going to see? Maybe nothing yet. Maybe, yes. The IS-3s are going to pull back in retreat mode and go towards the window area of the Bravo 3-4 line.
Makes a lot of sense. And I could see them actually going for... No, I was going to say hill play, but hill play shut down.
I could see 150-100 going hill and the rest taking Tank Alley.
Yes, I can see that.
But we're going to find out here in a
because
second.
We know Simple Tankers is being very defensive. I'm putting myself in Hammer Time's position. We've seen very defensive play. I think all 5 tanks going to the hill is incorrect based on the amount of T1s left. If there are 2 T1s still for Hammer Time, then yes, It makes a lot of sense because you can defend your cap against 2 T1s that are trying to counter cap. But going all 5 to hill, you're putting yourself in a very vulnerable position. Look at this. Photo Finish gets scouted out. Tarho is the big player that's able to see everybody across.
So instead of driving straight up the hill...
So it's a little bit interesting because they know from being lit up with Sixth Sense, they know that they've been spotted. They know that they've looked like there's going to be some hill play. I think we might see some west push from this, trying to punish the Hammer Time team for actually staying over to that northeast side. And I expect Simple Tankers to mobilize pretty soon here, but it looks like they're not moving at all.
Well, they've moved to the G line, and now they're going to be moving up the 3 line.
There it is.
And that's going to be an important move because now they're getting some serious map control, and they could soon corner Hammer Time. And Hammer Time's only avenue would be to, 1, defend against Tank Alley, but 2, head up to the hill. And now we're seeing Drynets, NYPD, and Zazie perhaps going that way. Drynets for sure.
Do you know if Tarho was spotted?
I did not see any indicator for them that he was.
Important to note, Tarho in the L Tractor has slightly larger view range. If he was in T1 Cunningham, he would not be able to spot those tanks. So that's a big key difference that's happening. Now we can see the west side push, and we can understand how Simple Tankers are starting to play this out. The IS-3 is moving in. The 5100s holding back. Why? Because they're going for cap pressure. The 5100s will be able to get great crossfire on the 5-6 line. That's going to be an important line of attack as they're going to just take the advantage against their opponents.
Well, now they're going to be pushing up to the west side, Simple Tankers, 2 of the heavy tanks, and Warmblade's going to take that very northern approach on the A2 quadrant on the map, and that's going to allow them to sweep in case there's any fire coming around that corner. There's not good tactical play from Simple Tankers on their approach, leading into a smaller alleyway.
Yeah, strategically so sound. And Mournblade, think about him in the keyhole position. Oh my gosh. He's in hull down. He has 400-meter view range, so he can see out the A line. Everything makes so much sense. Mournblade's going to go in this little cubby. No, he's not. He's going to actually push out ahead. I'm not a huge fan of this.
2 shots from the IS-3's Photo Finish and Tanker 91. They do not land. And now the trigger has been pulled. 1 shot up against Photo Finish. That's going to be a bounce. 3 tanks again for the capture. It's going to be Simple Tankers. And Hammer Time's going to be on the defensive mode to try to counter it.
Wow.
But look at Pub Whisper and J-Smooth setting up a 2-avenue approach.
It's so proactive. They're anticipating the defense, and they're able to get great shots on Tanker 91 now, starting to pepper these tanks. And the IS-3 is obviously trying to tank the majority of the damage. Here's the big commitment as they're trying to reset the cap, but I think the advantage still goes to the Simple Tankers. We'll find out pretty soon here, as 1 tank is going to go down. Ruthven Carlisle gets obliterated, and so does J Smooth.
Enderus is taken out. That means no tanks now are on the flag for the cap points. Photo Finish and Tanker 91 going to be pushing around Mournblade here. Mournblade, where's he going to go? He's going to go, he's going to keep circling around. He takes another hit. He does not die yet. Zakumi gets the cleanup kill, but Zaze in the 5100 could be clipping. He's going to be running from Zakumi. No, he's going to be in front of Photo Finish. Try to absorb a shot maybe for his friend.
So smart. The 5100 is clipping, and what he's doing is just representing the HP pool to give Photo Finish more hit points, basically. A battle buddy is so important here. You can see Zakume trying to line up the shot because the IS-3 is the consistent fire tank, but Zazie knows it, and just being a really big pest. And look at that. A bad shot from Zakume is kind of exacerbated by Zazie's play.
Yeah, and now Zakumi at 725 out of 1500 is going to fall back a little bit. Zazie is going to be reloaded in a matter of seconds to unload the firepower of the 5100 into that IS-3. Photo Finish lands another shot against Zakumi. And now he is tracked. But guess who comes to dinner? Pub Whisper from behind is going to try to take down the IS-3. 35 HP left for Photo Finish. 1 more shot for Pub Whisper. He's able to take him down. Zazie, how many clips did he put? Or how many shots did he put in?
He has enough. He has enough.
So
Zazie's gonna kill.
Oh,
he
doesn't have
misses.
enough for a miss. Pub Whisper still left alive, but is he clipping?
Pub Whisper is
clipping.
clipping.
My goodness, 2
But
clipping.
Who has adrenaline rush? Pub Whisper does. So he's actually gonna reset his clip a lot faster. He's going to be able to get the kill on Zazie. Zazie doesn't realize this. He's still chasing Pub Whisper. Can he get the shot? Now NYPD is right behind. Oh, he's a fully loaded. Never mind. He's a fully loaded 5100.
Yeah, it's going to have to be a Durasta miracle here for this to happen.
Pub Whisper, get the shot. Nope, he's going to back around the corner.
NYPD, takes a shot. It's a miss. Pub Whisperer is still on the chase. Declan of Death kills the T1. NYPD goes down, and that means hammer time. Welcome back to WGLNA Season 2, Week 2, Day number 3. So far, it is hammer time up 2-1 against Simple Tankers.
And we saw from last game, actually what I was talking about in the pre-game, or the pre-series talks, which is Simple Tankers have the better strategies a lot of times, but their tanking, their brawling, definitely not as strong as we saw Hammer Time. They just perform so well, and I really feel like Hammer Time has some really talented tankers in that team.
Looks like we're going to be on Ensk. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't we already see it play on Ensk?
It's the reversal,
baby. It's the reversal rule, so that means we're going to see maybe something up the sleeve of Simple Tankers. If
I'm Simple Tankers, I'm thinking, well, I saw them go 3 IS-3s, 2 5100s. I can still take advantage of my Pershing, and especially with Mournblade being in that Pershing, he could be in much, much better positions. He could take advantage and get the early HP lead, because remember, the difference between a Pershing and IS-3 in terms of hit points is only 60. That's surprising for a medium tank. Now, it doesn't have the space armor nearly like the IS-3, but it still has great utility in the early game stages, and throughout the mid game, we'll see how Simple Tankers go to use this.
Jumping to battle number 4 on Ensk. Simple Tankers versus Hammer Time. What do we have for tanks, Creator?
As I said, 2 5100s, 2 IS-3s, and a Pershing against 2 5100s and 3 IS-3s, the exact same lineup as we saw last time. And guess what? Junior called it. He said right before this battle started, tracks. And I said, what the heck does tracks mean? He goes, they're going down the tracks.
They're going down the tracks.
And
Choo-choo!
This is what we saw previously in their last series. Simple Tankers did the same push with Mournblade leading the charge. With his view range, he's able to see everything that happened. And because he's able to see before his opponents see, it just gives him that advantage to react a lot better. And he's going to poke up and say, okay, I'm not spotted, not spotted, not spotted. Oh, can I get a shot on Kriegsmaster? Maybe not, but he needs to actually concentrate on going forward more so than anything else. And this is going to be a cap fast from Simple Tankers, hopefully looking to tie it up. It's all going to come down to the tanking. But the strategy is so sound. They have an advantage starting up this fight.
Declan in the T1, maybe the first one to spot him coming just down the corner. Mournblade takes down Kriegmaster, and that's going to mean, hey, wait a second. How was he able to get that shot? That wasn't from the north. That was from the east. Yep. They're going to have to readjust, but here comes Zakumi.
Mournblade playing it the exact same way we saw last time. He's holding back, waiting for the good crossfire, and he's going to have those free shots, similar to how T-69s would do the same thing. And that's really what it used to be. Pub Whisperer able to get some good shots. He's clipping right now as Jay Smooth is poking out, trying to get shots at his opponents. A big HP advantage as Zazie is pretty low there.
He has a 660. Wow, another huge hit from Zakumi into Zazie, and Zazie goes down. Tanker 91 is going to take the other side here in the IS-3, leaving his battle buddy behind as a Burning Husk. Photo Finish gets the kill against Z-Slayer in the T1. Pub Whisperer destroys the other T1, Declan of Death.
But that's okay. They're not looking to cap out and win the game. It's hard to do that on Ensk, honestly. They're looking for the first trade to go the Simple Tankers way, and from there, they just carried on for a win. And Darius and Mournblade, look at their position. How did Mournblade get there? Because he's so freaking intelligent of his positioning. He's going to get great crossfires on everybody and just back out behind cover. Meanwhile, Jay Smooth and Pub Whisperer almost done clipping, and they will be raining hell on these tanks.
That's right, Zakumi's in some trouble. Pub Whisperer from the northern side, across in the west, trying to move in to get some shots on anyone exposed. Drynit's at 22 HP will be that first target fire from Pub Whisperer.
And Mournblade knows his role. He says, okay, well, 5100s are reloaded. Let's push up so that they start putting guns on me. I'm going to be that HP while the 5100s just chuck away and kill every single one of the Hammer Time tanks. Tanker 91, the last tier 8. Mournblade, man, this guy is so freaking smart. I really, really like his play. He's probably my new favorite player from Season 1. I know he played in Season 1, but he's been just showcasing some impeccable skill this season.
And he gets the final kill poetically against Tanker 91. Simple Tankers is going to bring us to battle number 5, tied up series 2-2. Welcome back to WGLNA Season 2, Week 2, Day number 3. That little bump, you saw a British tank, which no one ever uses in esports.
It's a rare species.
It's a rare species indeed. We actually got to see that Panther 2 being used. German tanks not used as much as well. The technology behind the German tanks at the very bottom of the tank was where they caught a lot of the liquids, oils, etc. at the very bottom, and because of that, they were prone to fires. And since the transmission's at the front of the tank, you shoot the German tanks in the front, and they have a higher chance of catching fire. And it's definitely something you don't want to have happen in the esports side of World of Tanks.
Mistakes were made.
That's right. But the thing about German engineering when it came to World War II is that they over-engineer.
What does it mean to over-engineer?
For example, some of the German tanks had a number of flywheels. The wheels that you have the sprocket in the front, that's what turns, and then the flywheels and the bogies are connected, and that's the kind of the suspension system of the tank.
You're talking about the tracks in particular.
Yeah, and so their flywheels would overlap each other like this, connecting, and if one of the flywheels or bogies got broke, they would have to disassemble the flywheel to the front, take it off, change the one to the back, and so it was a pain. And a lot of times they would just leave the tanks there and blow them up, so the technology obviously wasn't copied, replicated, or whatever, and then move on. With American tanks, for example, the M4 Sherman, maybe it wasn't as strong as some of the German tanks, but the flywheels were right next to each other, and it was a lighter tank, so they could transport it and repair it in the field. And
wouldn't you say the American tanks were easier to track then, though?
no,
No?
because even
Okay, go ahead.
if one of the flywheels breaks, it's the same as for all the other tanks. Once that flywheel's down, it wasn't protected in any way by being overlapped.
Okay.
No, it was actually you wanted to track a German tank because it was harder to repair the field for some of the tanks. Now, depending on each tank. But
We'll see if any German tanks are chosen here. They are also a rare species, and I don't think we'll see them. Not as rare as the British ones.
no.
Let's be honest.
All right, let's go ahead and jump into battle number 5, Hammer Time versus Simple Tankers on Prohorovka.
We do have a Russian tank, though. Wah. Now, 2 Pershings, a T-69, and 2 1390s for Simple Tankers. Pretty standard lineup for Prokhorovka. On the other side, we got a T-32, which is kind of weird to... Okay, the T-32 and the Pershing, they complement each other. The 416, obviously for the DPM, and the 2 1390s for that utility. Makes a little bit more sense. We have west side, east side. Spawning in the north is Simple Tankers. South side is Hammer Time. Hammer Time going over to the east side.
Hammer Time in the red, Simple Tankers in the blue. And Zazie is going to be leading the charge over here on the east side. He's going to stop in this bush to see if anybody's going to meet him out here for a quick handshake and a hello, how are you? But that's not going to be the case because NYPD in the 1390 is going to leapfrog ahead into the other bush just slightly north of him. Now, we could see this leapfrogging back and forth for the first minute of the game, but they don't want to continue to do that because it could be so far away from the action towards the beginning, those roto tracks. The rest of the team could be caught off guard, but it's not going to be the case because they are heavily fortified behind huge mountains of dirt and roto tracks on top of it. Tanker and +2 American tanks that can take some damage. T-32 by Tanker 91, photo finish in the Pershing.
By the way, I love the choice of bringing 2 L tractors instead of 2 T1 Cunninghams on this map. How many times do you actually see a cap out? How many times do you see T1 against T1 on this map? So rare. So bring the L tractor. It has more utility on this map. It has that extra view range, and you can utilize it, or you can utilize your tanks a little bit better. The L tractor going up to the northwest. It looks like it was spotted out here, and blind fire is going down on him.
Yeah, it's not currently spotted though, but that's why they're initiating that blind fire. Now, an L tractor doesn't penetrate as well as a T1.
No, L tractors penetrate a ridiculous amount.
A lot more than a T1,
it's,
but
I
they
think
fire
70,
slower.
74 pen?
Yeah, I know there's a difference between, but it's not a burst fire, it's a single shot.
Well, it could be, you can have...
You can switch the gun
yeah.
on it.
But the gun that he has is going to be the stock gun that has 74 pen, I believe. I'll get Junior to get on that. 74 pen? Junior. On the L tractor. 76.
76.
I was wrong.
Well, there is a reason to
Mistakes were
bring
made.
it. That is the Photo finish and Tanker 91 not going to be moving. Let's switch on over to Kriegmaster as he's going to take the northern side. Enderis, who is in the L tractor, the blind fire going against him, will still not be scouted by Kriegmaster. 17. But he will be crossing the river to try to get closer. However, exposing himself a little bit too much from some fire coming from possibly another tank on that section, that railroad track. Maybe somebody's going to creep up there and take him out, but probably not the case here. So he is going to cross and try to take down one of the T1s to extinguish the eyes and ears of simple tankers. NYPD is going to back him up, though, in the 1390. And hopefully Kriegmaster can get the kill before Enders is able to spot the 1390.
I'm surprised there's no 1390s over in like A6 to help out the L tractor. Club Whisperer will take a couple of shots here from T1 Cunningham.
Jay Smooth gets the first kill on Declan of Death in that tier 1.
NYPD will take out Enderis as well pretty soon here as the noose is closing in. Enderis, can he get a shot off though? Oh, Enderis is still alive.
Tries to get a shot off, but it's a miss. Kriegmaster at full HP was able to unload on him. L tractor missed, and NYPD takes the fire. But that is information for simple tankers to know that one of the tier 8s is all the way to the north side.
Yeah, but you can't really jump on that. I really feel like they should be defending their T1s a little bit more. Now, there will be a trade. Declan of Death was taken out, and we can see all the way on the bottom. Who's that? Pub
Whisperer and Zazie are at each other's throats.
Drynitz over there on the top. He is raining down hell.
And here comes the push. Tanker 91 is going to be focus fired by simple tankers. He will be the first tier 8 to fall. Jay Smooth has 268 HP, but he's going to focus his fire and his Pershing and move away from the firefight as the Pershing from photo finish tries to get the kill, but it's NYPD that cleans up from the north side in that 1390. Mornblade and Tarho are able to lock down the rest. NYPD cleans up Executus, and he gets another shot against Tarho in the T69, and another one. NYPD is drawing that fire away. But Drynitz in the 416 all the way up on the hill is trying to trade some shots against Mornblade and Tarho, and he's able to get another hit against Tarho, 249 out of the 1350. NYPD still on the run.
Tarho will not be able to get out of there. I believe that was the 416 to kill him. And now Mornblade, Pub Whisperer, and Z-Slayer are the only ones left. 17 tier points to 17. And you can see Pub Whisperer going to cap. Now, there are shots with the 416 onto this cap, but 15 seconds left, and they might be able to do this. Kriegsmaster is approaching. Mornblade is right behind NYPD.
He needs to track him. He needs to track him. He needs to track him.
5 seconds left. Can they get it? Yes, they will.
No, they're able to get a reset and a hit. 16 seconds left. A nice tracking shot from the Pershing. But that means double tap indeed. 416 gets the final kill on the T1. So Mornblade, only one left alive from simple tankers in that Pershing. If he only had a track shot right before, maybe a different story.
Can Mornblade do it? Oh!
Well, there's one. He's still got Kriegsmaster to try to go for the kill here.
Needs
but
to take out Kriegsmaster.
Needs
to take him out. Because the 416 will be able to obviously solo Mornblade. But he needs
solo capture.
Yeah, well, solo cap is a little bit risky. Right now, Mornblade has to be playing for the draw. If he plays for the win, he will die.
Well, I meant Drynitz could go for the capture, not Mornblade.
Yeah, no, Drynitz, he can, but I feel like he's playing to kill Mornblade, not for the draw. It's going to be the much easier way to finish this out.
Well, Mornblade performed very, very well in the Pershing on Ensk and tried to keep his team alive here. And there's the final blow. Hammer time will be your victors of a series that went to a best of 5.